Good morning. This is Thomas Caldwell with the Aurelian Column, and this is the Monday Morning Report, September 18th, 2023. First, in answer to the questions about writing and poetry and things such as that, I will be publishing more soon. I have been busy on other projects, mostly mundane-related work. One does need to earn a living in this world in spite of all that's going on around us. Now, the number one story on the list is related to the Gonzalo Lira saga. The American-born transsexual spokesman for the Ukrainian regime announced recently that Ukrainian intelligence services would, quote, hunt down, unquote, any pro-Russian propagandists. It was also alluded to that in the same communique that Mr. Lira, an American citizen, would soon be tried for his alleged crimes, which were basically some opinions and analyses of the Russia-Ukrainian war that were broadcast on YouTube. There is more about that, but that's been handled in earlier broadcasts. And please see the How to Help Gonzalo Lira recording on my Substack channel. The threat is being taken by many to mean that Ukrainian assassins will be attacking their critics around the world, including within the United States. Now, that was not made specific, but who really knows what the current occupant of the White House will allow and not allow to occur these days. Given the obscene amount of money that's been sent to Kiev by the United States, anything is possible. Your tax dollars at work, America. Something to watch very carefully, for sure. In related news, much is being made of reports coming from the Russian side of the conflict that Ukrainian women who are pregnant have been issued special uniforms taking into account their physical shape as they approach motherhood. This is actually an old story. It dates back to 2022. Pregnant Ukrainian soldiers were said at the time to be working in rear area positions to allow men to fight in the front lines, and they would provide service up to 7 months of their pregnancy. I was not able to find any credible report that expectant Ukrainian women were being tossed into the meat grinder along with the men, at least for now. One needs to keep in mind that the Russia-Ukrainian war is being fought just as viciously on the internet and in the media as it is on the battlefield, and by all sides, and there's more than two sides in this conflict. This is why it's necessary to not believe much and research things if you want to get to what may approach the truth. That's an activity which sadly few people have to engage in effectively given the demands of modern life. And speaking of free speech, a bill has been introduced into the U.S. Congress called the Disarm Hate Act. The proposed legislation was introduced by Senator Bob Casey of Pennsylvania. Basically, if you're convicted of a hate crime or hate speech, you won't be able to own a firearm if this legislation becomes law. I would recommend everyone to check this out. This bill is co-sponsored by many members of the Senate, all Democrats, of course, and similar legislation is being introduced in the House. Now, this bill has been kicked around for a while, but now seems to be getting more and more traction and more promotion. Please check out Senate Bill 2090 and House Bill 3929. Again, read this stuff, and if you don't like it, let the people in power know. According to Senator Casey's website, the following organizations are in support of this law, and I'm going to read each and every one of them. The Disarm Hate Act is endorsed by the American Federation of Teachers, Anti-Defamation League, Brady, United Against Gun Violence, Ceasefire PA, Center for American Progress, the End Gun Violence Campaign at Amnesty International USA, Everytown for Gun Safety, Giffords, Human Rights Campaign, Jewish Women International March for Our Lives, International Center for Transgender Equality, National Domestic Violence Hotline, National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, Newtown Action Alliance, Pride Fund to End Gun Violence, Sandy Hook Promise, Violence Police Center, Washington Office on Latin America, Southern Poverty Law Center, and the UMC General Board on Church and Society. The reason I'm mentioning all these names, it's a good idea to find out where they're getting their funding from and what other what other forms of social progress they are endorsing. But that's quite a few organizations. That's quite a bit of money behind it. We do live in interesting times, do we not? Okay, well, that's all for this week. There is a lot more going on, but that's enough for you to work on this week. I'll be back next week with more information and probably a Q&A and some other follow-ups during the week. If you like what you hear, see, and read on my Substack channel, The Aurelian Column, please like and subscribe and tell your friends. And pass that link along to anyone you think would want to hear it. Also, if you want to be a supporter, please consider a paid subscription or a donation. That enables me to free my time so I can do more of this, which is something I really do love. Anyways, in the following week, I'd like everyone listening to be safe, take care, keep your head down, and good day.